Hey, this is Captain Chris Myers of Central Florida Sight Fishing Charters. I'd like to show you what I think is the most effective and correct grip for holding a spinning reel. So I see lots of different ways that people come on my boat and hold the reel. I'm going to show you what I've found over the years to be the most effective and why that is. And I'm going to recommend that you hold this reel in between your last two fingers. So the seat of the reel should fit in between there, and it should never ever come off while we're casting. So this hand always remains with all fingers closed except my index finger. And the reason for that is if I hold it down lower, so I find lots of folks that hold it in between their first two fingers, then they cannot reach the line up here. So unless you got really big hands, you can't reach the line. So what you have to do is either take this finger off and grab the line, which pulls it down below the spool, or they take this finger and grab the line and put it under there, and now you can see it's caught on the reel, and quite often the bail slams shut and the lure lands right next to her, and can't really figure out why. That's because the bail isn't designed to open when it's over here. It's not designed to open when this roller is right under your finger. And holding it in between your second and third finger, the same problem. Once I have that line and I grab the line, I'm holding it down below the spool. Good chance it gets caught on something. And the other thing is I cannot use my finger as a brake anymore. I can't stop that line. I have no control with this hand over where that line goes. If I hold it between my last two fingers, now my finger is above the spool, and when I turn this bail around, turn the roller around till it's under my finger, grab it. Now my finger is above the spool, and just as it's going to hit the ground, I can stop that line with my finger. So I highly recommend learning to use your finger. It's your brake. It keeps it from going places you don't want it to go, like into trees, bushes, docks, whatever, the middle of a school of fish. And this always pulls my line tight. Now my line is tight from my tip to my lure. When I close the bail by hand, I'm not turning up and reeling up slack line. If I don't stop that with my finger, so when I make my cast, it hits the water, line keeps coming off. Now it's still coming off. Now I have all this slack line to reel up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 turns of the handle before that lure ever started moving. So keeping that, and you can see the loop that was formed on top of my spool there by doing that, by reeling up that loose line. That's going to cause me a knot on my next cast. So I always want to have that line tight. Learn to hold it in between your last two fingers from the beginning, or if you're not holding like that, give it a try. It's going to feel weird at first, but you'll really have an advantage when it comes to controlling your line and your lure.